one thing that they don't know about me is that I
How do you find Singapore?
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful. Yeah, I can't wait
So
to go
your
explore.
Instagram that this is your first time in Singapore?
Yeah, first time. Yeah. It's beautiful so far though. It's really nice.
It's good.
Yeah, it's so good. We just had like a giant pizza. You guys, yeah, who knew that you guys make amazing pizza? I'm Italian, so I was like, wow, we got competition over here.
Okay, my first question is, you started by posting some cover songs to YouTube several years ago. So when did you start thinking that you wanted to really pursue your music as a professional career?
Well, I've always wanted to do it like for a living even when I was a kid, but it was more so a dream. But then I think I started actually pursuing it really, like working in studios and stuff when I was 16. That's when I really said I'm gonna pursue this for real. 16, yeah.
I didn't even know what I've been doing when I was 16.
No, but you know what? Neither did I, because I mean, I really jumped in. You know, I like was juggling school and that, and I really had no idea what I was doing. I just knew that I wanted to do it. But, yeah.
But luckily, there's a YouTube now, right, to help.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier nowadays.
Now when I just-
Yeah, it was harder. It was harder to do stuff like that.
So I was listening to your new songs yesterday in the train. It's a nice acoustical song. So can you tell us more about your latest single a little more?
Yeah. Well, thanks for listening to them. Well, and actually that's a cool place to listen to it too, like a train. I feel like that's very fitting. But yeah, that song is a really personal one. And it's about the early stages of, not even the early stages, but just kind of being in love with someone or feeling strongly about somebody and wanting a little bit more of them. And just kind of being insecure of like, I don't know, just being insecure of like holding on to them and just wanting them to not leave, you know, and it's just a little bit about my insecurities, but a little bit about also just like wanting to grasp whatever I could at the same time. And it's a very nostalgic one, which is why the video kind of matches that feeling. And I think why the train is very fitting, because it's like very nostalgic. I don't even know if it's happy or sad, I can't tell, but that's why I like it. Yeah.
I always love the acoustical song. So you create the guitar yourself?
Yeah, I wrote that.
That's awesome.
I wrote it in my basement, recorded it in my basement, and I left it that way because it felt like the feeling was, I couldn't recapture the feeling even when I tried to, so.
Okay, still related to that question. Most of your songs are like encouraging type of song. Is there any is it like coincident, or is there any specific goals that you want to achieve?
Yeah, well, I think, of course, I don't always feel motivated, so some of my songs are not motivational, but I think even if they're not motivational, they still provide some sort of comfort for people, hopefully. So my goal is to always just make honest music that people can lean on, whether that is like a socially conscious song or just a song about me feeling sad, because I think that's just as important to connecting with people. Is, you know, not all days are going to be happy, and we don't always feel motivated all the time, you know. Sometimes we just need to cry and we need someone to lean on, and I think, or I hope that my music can do that for people as well.
So basically when you have that feelings, then you suddenly write them.
Yeah, I always write on impulse, like when I have the itch that I need to write something.
It feels honest, right?
Yeah, it's very honest, yeah.
Okay, this is a fun question.
Okay.
In 5 years' time, how do you see yourself as Alicia Cara?
Tough question. How old will I be? 27? I can do math. Hopefully I'll be better at math when I'm 27. Or I'll be worse, probably. I would say, I don't know where I see myself at 27. Hopefully happy and like living life. Hopefully living on my own. I would love to experience just like living by myself as a young 20-something-year-old, just like, I don't know, I think that's a crucial part of like figuring out who you are, is living alone. So hopefully I'm living alone, hopefully happy, hopefully making more music, and I don't know.
Oh, Grammy?
Maybe. That'd be cool at 27. Maybe, hopefully. Yeah.
Cool. Okay. You're one of the artists that seems presenting yourself as you really are.
Mm.
Is it really hard to do like struggling among the others, or you just go with the flow about that?
Well, I think it's actually not hard, because for me it's easier to be this way than it would be to have to pretend to be someone else. It's more work to pretend to be someone else every day. So I think doing what's natural is actually the easier way. But I understand that I guess sometimes it can be difficult to want to be yourself in a world that kind of tells you to suppress that and kind of tells you to be like everyone else. But I don't know, I don't believe in that. I've always had different values, and I think it's way more important to be yourself, because there's no one like you. That sounds so cheesy, but it's true. There's nobody like you, and I think by being yourself, you can provide people with new perspectives, and just like you can give something special that's your own to the world. Like how much cooler can it get? You know, why would you want to be like someone else?
Your own identity, your own brand.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird because like my brand became not having a brand, so now it's like I'm stuck. Yeah, no, it's great. If there's any brand I would have, it'd be not having a brand. It'd just being me. That's the best thing ever, and it's a lot easier for me to just be able to talk about my music instead of like putting on a face, you know? Yeah, putting on a literal face. Yeah.
Okay, can you tell us more about your next album, Sophomore?
Yeah. It'll be released in the fall. September, October. I don't have a date. I'm not being mysterious. I really just don't have a date yet, because we're in the process of mixing it and all that stuff. So we'll see when it'll fall, but definitely fall. And it's called The Pains of Growing, and it's about growth, obviously, and change. And I want it to be about the human experience of what it's like to just be a person and go through certain things, whether they're positive or negative. And I think it's just a good reminder for everyone that no matter what we go through, it's always something that we can grow from. And that's, I think, the meaning and the point of life is learning from every experience, even if it's small or if it's big or negative, positive. You can learn from anything. So that's the whole premise of the album.
Looking forward for that.
Thanks.
Any funny stories about the process behind it?
Funny stories?
Or good stories?
Let me think. I don't know about funny stories. Maybe.
Albums, maybe?
I mean, this isn't really that funny or interesting, but I wrote a lot of these songs. I always write songs in very small spaces, like in a bathtub or like in the closet or like any place that's way too small. Like if I can fit in a cupboard, like I would, obviously maybe not a cupboard, but like I just love being in small places or like sitting in a bathtub or like, I don't know. I just like writing in weird positions. There's like one song, I didn't use it, but I ended up, like I wrote it in the, like lying down in the fetal position. like back to the womb. And I don't know, I just write in weird, no, my guitar wasn't, no. I like played something and then pre-recorded it and then had my headphones in and was listening to the recording, trying to come up with lyrics. But yeah, like I just write in very weird places, but I like it. I don't know.
Okay. Okay, this is another fun question.
Okay.
Tell us 5 things that your fans, especially in Indonesia, don't know about Alicia Cara.
5 things that they don't know?
5 things.
That's hard to pick one. Okay, one thing that they don't know about me is that what don't people know about me? Oh yes, that I love to watch pimple popping videos, and I love to squeeze people's blackheads and pimples and anything that you have on your body. Even if I don't know you, I get tempted to squeeze. Sometimes I've asked people, like not strangers, but like people that I should not be touching. Like, can I squeeze your pimples? And some of them let me, and it's really cool. Do you have one? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. What's next? What's one thing they don't know about me? I feel like I say a lot of stuff. Maybe that I speak Italian? Video games? I like to play Mario Kart and love to play Mario Kart. And there's a game that I was really good at called Sly. There's like 1, 2, and 3. There's 3 separate discs, and it's like an adventure game, but like an action thing. I don't know. It's probably really easy too, but why am I forgetting this? Roller Coaster Tycoon, my favorite game ever, where you build a theme park. I play this. I just recently re-downloaded it after years, and it's like my favorite game. And I will win all the time. I'll beat you.
Did you bring it when you were doing the tour?
I really actually did. And now that I think about it, I should play it now, like on the plane and stuff, because it's a really fun game. But yeah, that was 2. We're only on 2. I speak Italian. Maybe that's one thing that people don't know. Not everyone knows. I don't have saliva glands on the left side of my face, or my mouth, or whatever this part of your face is. And lastly is that, what's one? Oh yeah, I like to draw. I'm like not great at it. I used to be a lot better than I am now, but I really enjoy drawing. Yes, illustrating, sketching and stuff, yeah. Album, yeah, that's a good idea. Well, actually, my logo, I don't know if you've seen my logo. It's like a girl with a hat over her eyes. That's my design. Yeah. Yes, mine's good. Yes, yeah, it's my design.
Okay. I think that's all. Thank you very much.
Cool.
I just need you to do one more for
Eyeliner?
greet
Perfect.
friends and
Cool.